Hello, everyone. Happy day to you. I've got a sunny one going on here, as you can see. Hopefully, this will bring a bit of joy to your day, and we're really glad that you're here. I, as always, have with me my wonderful Ginny O'Leary, who she and I are actually partners for positive change in consumer awareness of insurance solutions out there. We want to be your go-to ladies for all things insurance because we feel that there's a lot of misinformation out there and not the right kind of information out there. And we want you to feel confident knowing that whatever decisions you make around your insurance will evolve over time and that we can hopefully leave you with something that will help you in your path to understand the insurance you currently own or the insurance you might be considering. So Ginny, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here, our second session for 2025. And I'm so excited about this, Ginny, because I want you to share with those that have joined us today what living benefits insurance is, why it's important, and I'm going to turn it over to you.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Rona. So everybody, this is the tables have turned a little bit because
Mhm.
I am always so used to introducing Rona on this YouTube channel. So this is the first episode where she and I have different roles. So what is living benefits? If you have ever heard that term, floating around, or perhaps you've met an advisor, you looked at them on LinkedIn, or you looked at their card and it says living benefits. Well, living benefits is exactly that. It is a protection plan where you, as the client, get to receive the benefits, not when you have passed on and become an angel for your family, but while you are still alive. So let's break that down.
Mhm.
So what's out there? What do you mean, Ginny? Or Rona's probably, thinking she knows this like the back of her hand. But a lot of clients don't really connect with what's living benefits into income protection is one
Mm.
that's very common. And for all of you are thinking income protection, well, guess what? That's disability insurance. That's the plan you probably have in place if you're an employee, probably have it in place in your employee benefits. So let's start with that. If you happen to be a professional, it is highly likely at some point in your schooling as a professional, whether you're an accountant, you're a doctor, dentist, lawyer, this income protection, this disability insurance protection would have been offered you as early as when you were in school for that profession.
Mm.
So, what year were you in school? And for all of you who are in neither of the two categories, you might have encountered this at some point, whether it's through your industry association, because some industry associations have it. Like if you're a business person, you think about the Chamber of Commerce that you're in,
Mm.
if you've participated in that, or it might have been introduced to you by the banks or other financial institutions if you've decided that you are going to take out perhaps a mortgage or a loan or a business loan with them. So these are the different places that I'm going to start off with income protection. That's disability insurance. So that's a living benefit. And I like to say, because this is my passion, why bother? Why bother understanding that? Most of you are probably thinking disability. I am thinking there is a picture in your head right now of perhaps someone in a wheelchair, perhaps somebody that has been through some catastrophic event, and they are having a very difficult time doing their normal daily routine. And yes, that's definitely the protection you want in place if anything like that happens, because it gives you that financial reprieve during a period of recovery. And that reprieve can be the difference between your ability to protect your wealth and your savings and live the life that you want to live, the lifestyle you want to live, and still receive, the therapy that you need to get better. So that's disability. But then there's a second plan, which is also very popular, and I would say maybe a little bit more popular, Rona, right?
Mm,
Like than disability as advisors. Um, I would say many financial advisors and insurance professionals are very comfortable introducing, I call it your health fund. You create a health fund through it instead of a GoFundMe page, and that's critical illness
mm,
insurance. And I find it's very attractive. If you have it in place, I'm going to say to you right now, congratulations. I'm so happy for you because I am a cheerleader for anybody that has income protection and a health fund in place. And critical illness insurance is an amount that pays out as a lump sum. So that makes it very attractive. And the top three reasons any of the insurance companies are going to pay out on a critical illness insurance benefit is it's really cancer, heart attack, stroke. Those are your top
mm,
three. And
mm,
I would say any of you are watching us right now, it is highly likely you know someone
mm,
that has been affected by a cancer or a heart diagnosis that has significantly impacted their lives. So that's critical illness. This is the most that I'm talking, Rhoda. So
Oh, that's awesome.
it's,
You
it's
know, as I'm listening to you, I'm thinking, I'm putting myself in an individual's place, thinking, what? Okay, disability. Well, all right, but don't I probably have access to something? I mean,
Mhm,
if I was disabled, and
mhm,
and oftentimes the conversation is, are people aware if you weren't able to go to work right now, if you weren't able to go to work for 30 days,
mhm,
how would that impact your finances? What sources of income would you be able to access? When would it start? And how long would it pay for? There's my top up to what you just mentioned on disability insurance. We gave you homework the first time to dig out your existing insurance, and it's time to understand what you own and what you're paying for. There's the question for those out there. If you were unable to go to work for an illness or an injury for 30 days, starting whenever, think
mhm,
about it. What would you have coming in? Where could you access it? When would it start? And how long would it pay you? Gives people an understanding of, oh, yeah, 30 days. I did, what did I do? Would you? And you probably know these statistics too, Ginny. If a
mhm.
disability lasts longer than 60 or 90 days, which, oh my goodness, think 90 days, it's probably going to last a few years,
3 years.
like 3 years. There you
3 years.
go.
Yeah,
So that
extreme.
statistically, when you think about it, people don't think about that. It's we know that there are a lot of people in the hospital didn't plan on being there, right?
Mm,
To give it the perspective, when we think of life insurance, do we ever think of the complement of living benefits? No.
mhm,
Unless you have a professional advisor introducing this to you, how would people know? And you gave an excellent summary of where association coverage, business owners for Chamber of Commerce, and we will get into that in our
mhm.
next session.
Oh,
Now, just looking at critical illness, it pays a lump sum. Oh, and it's tax free. So the minute that you're diagnosed
yes.
and you don't pass away in 30 days,
Mhm,
you've got that money. Why do you think out there is more of an understanding of life insurance than there is of why living benefits are so important? And when should a person start thinking about reviewing the amount of income replacement they have, as well as where does critical illness fit, would you think?
yeah. So I think first of all, if you already have life insurance, because this is what, this is how we started this whole channel. And
Yeah.
I'm guessing practically every person listening, likely there's a 90 plus percentage point that you have life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think there's something intuitive about it. If your advisors talk to you, you've taken it on through work, whatever the background is, because we all know at some point we're gonna pass away. So I would start with that.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, when should you start reviewing what income protection you have in place and how does critical illness, that health fund, fit in? So my personal belief is I can always share my story, but when
Mm-hmm.
you're taking a look at your life, at whatever life stage that you're in, you know that the life insurance plan you have in place is really there for the people that you love, for the people and the charities that you love. But before you pass away, you know many people know that at some point there is this probability that they are going to possibly be diagnosed with
Mm,
a condition, whatever that
mm,
condition is, that's going to impact their lifestyle, that's going to impact their ability to be able to carry on their business or their employment at the same rate. And we all know this, but I feel that somewhere in the planning world,
mm,
it is maybe an awareness that needs to be elevated. Many times
agreed.
it gets elevated, I will say, sometimes from all of you clients, because
Mm,
you're going through it in your own lives, whether you're already partly caregiving for a mother, supporting a sibling, a close friend or relative because they've been diagnosed. And here is my, I think, counsel or call to
mm,
action or
mm,
motivation is, if that sounds like you, where you are already part of a support group of individuals for somebody who is going through a period of recovery, that's actually a good time to ask yourself, do I have a plan in place? If this were to
mm,
happen to
mm,
me, that would
mm,
help bring some financial reprieve into my family, into our bank account for this period where my spouse, my children are not going to have to worry about, oh no, are we going to be able to keep affording to do this, knowing that there's an extra financial cost for my recovery from this condition. So that's what I would say. And I would say income protection is important because you rely on that income every month for your basic needs. So like simple math, if something were to happen
mm,
to you and you couldn't come back after 90 days and it would
mm,
go out into a year to 3 years, start with that base number
mm.
and build from there. And same with
Yes,
illness. Do you want it
yes.
to take care of all of your debt, or do you want it to take care of your replace your monthly income coming in to supplement your disability insurance, right? So you can complement both. And I know some of you might be thinking, oh my, you know, this sounds expensive.
Mm,
Is this a sales thing? It's really not, because
mm. That
Rhona and
leads
I,
me, Jenny. That
yeah,
leads me, Jenny, to we could go on about this, couldn't
yeah,
we? Is in the same way that a person would want to do an assessment of their situation to see
yes,
where the need for insurance is. We're going to leave our audience with this, and we'll get
yes,
into it next time and how you build
yes.
that in your plan. But there is a way to look at what your needs would be to determine what you need, what existing access to resources you have, and where the gap is. Basically, a disability income replacement or critical illness needs
Mhm,
analysis. So, for
mhm.
anyone listening, if that's something that interests you, make a comment. We'll make sure that you get a copy of that needs analysis because it's an important thing. And then you've documented that at this place and time. And then next time we will dive a little deeper into how to build it into a plan and and after that we'll get into how it works and how you claim on it and how it's tax free and lots of cool little things from there. So thank you, Ginny. This is such a wonderful place to start, and I look forward to taking it to the next level next time.
Thank you, Rona. Bye,
Take
everybody.
care, everyone.
We'll see you next time.